Hi everyone, let's discuss about the first creational design pattern, which is singleton. So let's get started with the introduction of singleton design pattern. The singleton design pattern is used to restrict the instantiation of class and ensure that only one instance of class exists in the JVM. So the singleton design pattern will be taking care of creating the single object of the class in the entire life cycle of the application, and it will inject the bean wherever it is required. Now let's discuss about the usage of singleton design pattern. So where exactly we are using this pattern? So the first one is logger. So singleton design pattern are used in the log file generation. If there are multiple client application using the logger class, they might create multiple logger file of the same class. So this is not a good thing, right? It should have only one logger file. So to prevent this thing, this creation of multiple files, we use singleton design pattern, and uh, it prevent the creating multiple file and adding the logs into the same single logger file. Now the second one is configuration file. So using singleton design patterns, we have performance benefits as it prevent multiple users to concurrently access and read the configuration or property file. Okay, and the application reads the configuration file only once, and thereafter second call onwards client application read the data from in-memory object. It won't read the same configuration file again and again. It reads only once and create the object and add the data of that configuration in memory object, and there onwards it will keep reading the same data of configuration file from in memory object. And the third one is caching, right? So we can use cache as a singleton object. It can have a global point of reference, and for all the future calls, the cache object of client application will use the in-memory object. That is also fine because it won't create multiple object of the same cache data. It create only one object and keep that will be global, right? And on each upcoming or each new calls, it will be keep looking into the cache object first. If the data will be present in that cache, it will return back to client, else it will hit the database directly. So we have another usage also, like hardware interaction. There were some limitations that hardware won't perform more than one operation at a time. So there also we are using singleton design pattern to perform single operation at a single time, and also session and drivers, so that it can maintain one it can maintain the single things at a single time. So this is the user usage. There are some other usage which we are not discussing because the more focus on how many types of this pattern is and how we implement that. So now let's discuss about the singleton design pattern initialization types, right? So the first one is eager initialization. So what this is basically this will create object of the class while loading class into memory. Just that it has only one limitation, that if you're using that object or not, it will definitely create it will always create object, right? It will always initialize the object. So another one is lazy initialization. This has one benefit, that whenever you need object, then only this initialization will create object and initialize it for you. If you are not using it, it won't do that. And the third one is double check locking mechanism. So this is based on the threading system or synchronized, right? So whenever you are if you have multi-threaded system and trying to access the same method, I mean multiple thread is trying to access the same method, so you are adding double check for the initialization of the class. We will be discussing these three more in the backend. Now another part is singleton design pattern implementation. So first we have to create the private constructor so that it can prevent the creation of object from outside. All right. And another one is we will be creating a private static instance of object so that we can return this instance, the same instance, back to the caller method. Now we have to create a global access method which will return the instance of object, right? Whoever wants to access or create object, they can access this global method, and this method will return the same instance of the same class back to the caller method. So these are the few points that we should taking care of while writing the singleton design pattern. Now this is the graphical representation discussion. Now let's get started with the backend code. So I have already created few classes of each singleton instantiation type, and we can start with the first singleton instantiation type, which is eager singleton. So let's get started. Eager singleton is equal to new eager singleton. Let's create one another object of the same eager singleton class, and let's print both of the reference of eager singleton class to verify whether we are getting the same hash code of both instance or not. Because as per the singleton property, only one object should be created in entire application, right? Now you can see, so both of the reference of eager singleton classes having different hash code, right? But this is breaking a rule of singleton design pattern. So we have to achieve this singleton design pattern property. So how we will be achieving that? Using these three steps. So let's follow these steps first to achieve the singleton design pattern property. So first is create private constructor. So private class name is eager singleton. Now we have created this private constructor, so it won't allow client class to access this constructor from outside. See, so this is a client class. It is not allowing this class to create constructor of eager singleton, right? Now the second step is we have to create private static instance. So private static and instance of object, that is eager singleton instance, new eager instance, right? Now the third step is we have to create global method which will return the same instance of object. So let's create public static and eager singleton return type having get instance method, which will be returning the same instance of current class, right? Now instead of creating object using new operator, we can do directly eager singleton dot get instance. So you can see for client class only get instance method is exposed, and which will be returning eager singleton instance back to this class, right? Let's call this. The same thing we have to do for second reference, second call. Now let's run this and verify whether we are getting the same hash code for both of the get instance call or not. Now you can see for both of the get instance call, it is returning the same hash code, means it is creating only one object and returning the same hash code of eager singleton class, right? But there is one limitation of using this eager singleton class, which is it will create the object always while loading your class into memory, and whether you are using this class or not, right? It will consume your memory. So in IT we are using eager singleton very less, right? So let's switch to another instantiation type of singleton, which is lazy singleton. So here also we'll be following the same step. We will be creating a private constructor first, so that it won't allow outside a client to access this or create the object of lazy singleton class. And the second thing is we will be creating the instance of lazy singleton. But here we have one benefit, one advantage. It won't create any object while loading the class into memory. It will create when it is required, right? Now the third step is create the public or global method of lazy singleton type. Method name will be same, get instance. Now inside this we will be first checking whether this instance is null or not. If it is null, then only we will be creating object of current class which is lazy singleton, and we'll be returning back to the caller method new lazy singleton. Alright, now if instance is null, so it will create the object of lazy singleton and assign it to an instance, and the same instance we will be returning back to whoever is calling this method. Alright, now let's call this lazy singleton get instance method. Let's test the second type of singleton instantiation. Let's run this now. Yeah, the output is same, you can see, right? So for both of these lazy singleton reference is printing the same hash code, means it has created only one object of lazy singleton class. Okay, now let's go inside this, but we have one another limitation here, that it support only single thread environment system. If you have running multiple thread and having multi-core system, it won't it will break the rule of singleton design pattern, right? Because the let's say we have two core system and two core thread, and both of the thread is trying to access this method same time, and both of the thread will be able to create the object of singleton class, lazy singleton class. So that should not happen, right? That will break the rule of singleton design pattern. So we will be trying to achieve that. We'll be trying to prevent and providing the support for multi-threading system in double check singleton implementation. All right, so let's switch to this implementation and let's follow these all steps as we have followed in eager and lazy singleton. So private, static, and double check singleton instance. All right, now the second step is we have to create a private constructor. I hope now you're aware of why we are creating private constructor and private instance of object. So another is global method of public static and double check singleton type, which will be returning instance back to client class. Now here we have to do the same thing which we have done in lazy instantiation or lazy singleton class. So we will be checking whether objects dot is null of instance, then only create object. All right, instance is equal to new double check singleton. So right now as per the current implementation, lazy singleton and double check singleton has the same logic, right? This double check singleton is supporting I mean, right now it is also supporting only single thread environment, right? Now we have to prevent, we have to allow multi-thread to access this and create only single object, even having multi-threaded environment. So how we can do that? We can create this method as a synchronized. Now only single thread will be able to access this method at a time, right? Let's say one thread A will come inside this method and it will check whether instance is null or not. So that means this will be a, when thread A will enter in this method, so that will be a first call to this method. So instance will be null, this reference will be null. So it will come inside this if block and will create object of double check singleton class and return instance back to the client, singleton client. Now thread B will enter into this method and it will check whether instance is null or not. So instance is already created by thread A, so it won't come inside this block and it will directly return this instance which is created by thread A back to client program, right? Now, but there is one limitation, that you're creating complete thread as synchronized. So let's say you have 5 threads. So 5 thread, only one thread is accessing your method and 4 thread will be waiting for to finish finish the task which is which thread A is doing, right? Thread first is doing. So thread 5 will get system very late, right? But you need to mark this piece of code as synchronized and remaining piece of code can be non-synchronized. Our requirement is to make this piece of code is synchronized so that only one thread will be able to create the instance of this double check singleton class, right? So instead of creating this block as synchronized, we can, sorry, this method as a synchronized, we can create synchronized block. All right, and that synchronized block will be double check singleton type. Now inside this also we'll be checking again whether objects dot is null of instance. Okay, now let's say thread A is entering in this this method and thread B is also, both thread and has entered in this method at the same time, but only one thread will be able to access this piece of code, the one which I have selected, right? So let's say thread A is able to access first this method, this block, and it will be checking whether instance is null or not. So instance will be null because this will be a first call to this this block. So instance will be null and it will be checking. If it is null, then come inside this if block and create object for the double check singleton class. And after creation of object, it will exit from this block and second object which will be, sorry, second thread which will be thread B will enter in this block, synchronized block, and it will check whether instance is null or not. So instance will be created by thread A in first call. So it won't come inside if block, it will exit from, it will exit from this if, it won't come inside this if block, right? So it will exit and it will do the remaining process and return back, return instance back to the client. So thread C will come and check, thread D will come and check, it won't be null and it will return the same instance back to the caller method, right? So now let's call this double check singleton class from the singleton client class and verify whether we are getting the same instance of both get instance call or not. Hash code should be same in this case also. Now you can see the hash code of both of the get instance call of the double check singleton class is same. Means in both of the get instance call, this both of the method is returning the same instance. It is not creating a new instance of double check singleton class, right? So this is a interview level question, that what is check double check locking. So this is the only double check locking, so that we will be able to support multi-threading system, and multiple thread will be able to access the get instance method, right? Yeah. So these are the types of singleton instantiation, and we have done with this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching.